ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends 2-pack action figure review on the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Spider-Man animated series Doc Ock and Aunt May 2-pack. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see these bendy wire tentacles out of the packaging. Cannot wait to open this. I also like the animated series design for Doc Ock. I think it looks cool. The Aunt May, I can't say I'm truly thrilled about, but hey, we'll see once I open it. Anyway, on the side you can see a nice image of the Spider-Man logo, and then there's Doc Ock and Aunt May right over there. And then on the back you have some product shots, not looking too bad. And then on this side you can see we have the faux VHS cassette tapes right there. And yep, I'm one of those guys. I held on to my Symbiote, Spidey, and Carnage 2-pack cassette case set, and I don't know, it just looks cool seeing them side by side like this. There's a nostalgia spot that's triggered by that. Anyway, on the top you can see the Spider-Man logo. Not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. But first, if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here are the figures out of the packaging, and my first impressions of these figures are, I like them. I like having this 2-pack set over here. Fairly expensive, but very, very cool. I've been asking for bendy wire tentacles for quite a long time, and to finally have them over here and be able to have really good fun with them, oh man, I'm so pleased to see them. And yeah, anyway, let's get a closer look at the accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at the figures. So we don't get a ton of accessories with these figures. It's really all about the bendy wire tentacles over here. You get a set of fisted hands as well as open hands for Aunt May, and then Doc Ock comes with a set of fisted hands, and then for the left side you get an extra wide open hand, and then on the right side you have a weapon holding hand or something that has a horizontal hinge. The rest of these all have the vertical hinges, and these bendy wires are pretty awesome, or the bendy wire tentacles. They're about 11 inches long, and my Dave Wheeler bendy wires that came from the lamps, which shout out, thanks again Dave Wheeler, about 11 inches across, not including the claw right over here for these ones. And these look really good, man. Gotta say I'm quite pleased with these, really. I like the sculpt. It's consistent with what we've seen on the other Doc Ocks. You can see the vent holes right over there. They're fairly on the stiff side, you know what I mean? Like, you do have to kind of break them in, and you want to be careful with them, keep track of the wire in there. Then you can see we have the different claws right here. There's 2 sets, so you get one pair with the wide open ones, and then you get another pair with the closed ones right over here. And one thing that they've done is that they've kept this fairly consistent with the Silk 2-pack version. You can see there's well, they're a little bit different, but the bluish hue is there between the two of them. On the first Hasbro Doc Ock, you got more of a silver color right over here. And then if you wanted to swap these out as demonstrated by the Hasbro Marvel team, I think they demonstrated this. You could go ahead and put the older claws on here if you prefer these, which I think looks incredible. I really do like that. I am curious to see how one of these smaller tendrils looks on the Dave Wheeler custom. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. Maybe a little bit of touching up. But while I have loved those claws, I think I want to use these newer ones that are a little bit more, you know, G1 accurate from the Spider-Man comics. I do like these a bit. I don't know. I'm kind of debating which ones do you prefer, these ones or these ones. But anyway, to go on about these, you just port them into the back of the figure, which does take some strength, but it'll click in there just fine. So that's cool how that works, and you can put them anywhere you want, you know, any of these 4 spots that you have. Now you can put these on the back of the other Doc Ock figures. Now this is the Silk 2-pack version. Find it pretty tricky to do. You have to try to match the shape, and on this top one it's not as bad. Now the plastic for the top half of this torso, this is all PVC, and then this one's ABS. So the plastic's a lot harder over here than it is over here. You hear my sound technique. Right, so PVC, ABS, and then you could port this in right here, only so far. It never really wants to fully go in there, and I find them popping off easier on these bottom ones, but you can see it goes in. It's just not really meant for it completely. I was kind of curious, like on the first version, if it just works a little better because there's less paint in there, but nah. But as you can see in these pictures over here, I was able to manage to make it work. So I really have not been excited about this Aunt May figure, but now that I have it in hand, it's disappointingly sufficient. Like, it's not the version I wanted. One thing I am noticing with the figure while having it in hand is that she has way more wrinkles on her face than I initially thought she would, just based off the promo images. So that makes me like it more. Both of these head sculpts have really good details in them. I don't remember her being blonde at all ever, but I guess she was blonde in the show. And the paint applications do look pretty good. They're well applied to the figure. So it's an Aunt May figure. I like having new characters in the collection. They also painted highlights over here too. But it's just not the Aunt May figure I wanted. I mean, the body, that they based this off the Gwen Stacy body mold, single jointed elbows over here. I like the tie on the inside right there. I did see one of the people in the after party people did remove the skirt. So it's the same legs and everything as Gwen Stacy and same feet over here, of course, just painted differently. So not a whole lot going on with the Aunt May, but, her being kind of scared like this, it does work with the photos. It does help. So not a whole lot as far as articulation goes. We do have a neck hinge here, so she can't look up that much. The hair does get in the way, though. You can get her to look down. She does have a weird position with the neck joint, or it's not the neck joint, but the way the neck is sculpted coming out right there. She's a bit hunchy, which I guess is appropriate for an older lady. You can see there's a little bit of head pivoting. Of course, you could turn it side to side right here, and it does have a little bit of an angle, so you could shift forward and back like a pile driver right there also. Wow, that head joint can move around a bit. Anyway, you can move the shoulders up and outward, in all the way, rotate a full 360. You get a single jointed elbow, no bicep swivel, rotates at the elbow, all the hands swivel side to side, hinge up and down. And then we're almost done. Like, you get a waist swivel right here. I guess no real crunching or pivoting. Like, it'll shift around a little bit, and then the legs won't move around. You could move, one knee joint out of the two that are available. So not a lot of range of motion here. Wish they would cut like one side or something. That would have helped. Then you get ankles that do move down. They do move up, and she has beautiful ankle pivot, which I always try to be careful with because those are small ankle joints. Then here's looking at Doc Ock, and he looks great. Oh my goodness, I love this head sculpt. I love the realism to it. I like the direction they're going in with these right here, with them being a little bit more realistic, cartoon versions. It's fine with me. Plus, you have a little bit of this cell shading kind of detail with the glasses right over there. The hair looks really good and everything, and the rest of the figure looks dope too, man. Not exactly my favorite Doc Ock design, but I like it. It works for the show for me. It makes me happy to see them nail this without adding any sloppy paint over it or anything too. Nice pinless joints over here as well. The paint applications mostly look clean. There's just some lint right over there. Not a paint fault or anything. But yeah, the yellow looks pretty solid. The orange looks pretty good. I like the detailed lines sculpted in here throughout and everything. Then again, there's looking at the back. You can see a little bit of marbling right over there. There's your Doc Ock butt. Doc Ock legs look really good. You get the rib pattern, nice pinless joints. The orange applications are disappearing right here in the hinge. Wish they could do something about that, because most of the time his feet are pointing down if you have them suspended. Then, a little bit of extra orange paint slipping right over there. Aside from that, mostly pretty clean looking figure. Then you get peg holes right here. And with all these tendrils over here, looking at the Doc Ock articulation, we have a neck joint and a dumbbell joint right here. Just because of this collar, you're not going to get him looking up more than that, which is actually a fairly decent range of motion. I like it if they have the neck and ball joint right there. That helps a bit, but yeah, that collar is in the way. You can move the head downward, it's trickier to make him look downward. There you go, pop the head off. But yeah, he can't really look down. It's like really tricky to get him to look down. Get side to side motion and great head pivoting. Then you have shoulders that are pretty tricky to mess with. Be careful with these. I feel like I can pop this off at the bicep pretty easily, so they are pretty stiff joints. You can move them outward that far, move them inward, rotate forward, and rotate back that much, and then you get a bicep swivel in there. The pinless double jointed elbows, which are tricky to use because of the forearms right there. And then all the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down, except for that one right hand. Then you have a waist joint that turns side to side. You do get waist pivoting right here. It's a ball joint at the waist, and it'll crunch forward just that much and back just a little bit. So yeah, not a whole ton of ab articulation right there. Hips move outward pretty far. and he can kick forward pretty far, move back, upper thigh cut. We have great pinless double jointed knees again because of these cuffs right over here. It will hinder it. Wish we had boot rotation right here. Seems like an easy spot to throw in some boot swivel. And then you have ankles that do move down, they do move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. And then these all rotate. Of course, they're on ball joints, but to try to demonstrate how tight of a loop you can get, because it is a little bit tricky to do, but at the same time, I do like how firm these are. But yeah, just trying to show off how you can get that in a loop like that. Just due to the orientation of these ports, though, you lose a little bit of that range of motion, but you can get, a character at his side like that as opposed to really in front of him. So that's kind of cool. I did have fun with this. Now to measure out these two figures, you can see that Aunt May is standing just barely over 6 inches tall, and then Doc Ock, of course, is standing a bit taller. And for some size comparisons, you can see we have some Street Humans right over here. I have a Street Humans trailer coming to this YouTube channel this month in June, so stay tuned for that. I've been posting teases over on the Street Humans Instagram, so follow over there if you haven't already. But yeah, this is the Renew Your Vows Peter Parker head sculpt next to Aunt May, and then we have the Gwen Stacy figure right over there. And you can see that, yeah, they reused a whole bunch of stuff from Gwen Stacy. Then for a Hasbro Doc Ock figure comparison, you can see we have our animated series version, and then there's the Silk 2-pack version right there. You can put these, I mix-matched the tendrils, but you can port these onto this figure. I just don't recommend it because the way these come out at the side, it looks weird. Well, that's facing forward a little bit more than I thought it would, but why would you want one of these on there when you have the bendy wires, right? Come on, the bendy wires are way cooler. And then here's the new Doc Ock figure next to the Doc Ock I've had on my display. This is the Dave Wheeler custom right here with the bendy wires from the lamps. And yeah, you do get more range of motion with these for sure, but with these being a little bit more thicker and everything, they're just a little bit more accurate to me, so I do prefer how these look more so than these ones. But yep, these have had a good shelf time, but I think it's time that these bendy wires get replaced with these ones. And then here's Doc Ock and Aunt May next to our two animated Spider-Man figures. This is the retro card version from a couple years back, and this is, I guess, the real official one right here, the Walmart exclusive version. And big thanks again, Ultra Magnus, but I think the body mold here works better for animated series, but I also like this one too. I don't know, I reviewed this a while ago. Which of these two do you prefer for your animated series Spider-Man? I know this has a cell shading, but still, this one looks pretty good. I don't know, I like them both. Then here's Doc Ock and Aunt May next to the only other animated series 2-pack figures we've gotten from Hasbro, especially this year. We have the 2-pack of the symbiote Spider-Man and Carnage. And then here's Doc Ock and Aunt May next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Inner Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa, you two young lovebirds have fun, but careful with the back, She's an old lady and everything, and, if you hurt your back, you might get... Ow! So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor and show some love by hitting that like button. I do appreciate it. And if you're new here or old here and you haven't hit that subscribe button, well, that helps the channel grow, and I really do appreciate you guys subscribing and watching. Let's see if we can get to 1 million subscribers, huh? Think it'll happen? I don't know. Hopefully in this lifetime it does. We'll see. Anyway, these figures are a lot of fun for me. I'm happy to have them. I think it is a little bit of an odd pairing, but also a perfect pairing at the same time, because really I don't think a lot of people are going to be desperate to pick up an Aunt May figure, especially if she's sold single-carded, So throwing in this figure with the Doc Ock, I think it makes sense, especially, because of the relationship. I always thought that was crazy, to have a villain that's actually sleeping with your mom, dude. Like, holy crap. That's so messed up. Or dating your mom, I guess. I don't remember they actually did the deed. I assume they did. Gross. But anyway, I think this is a cool 2-pack to have. I'm very happy to have it. That's one of the reasons why I like Doc Ock so much. He's my favorite Spider-Man villain. So, all the versions of Doc Ock, yeah, I gotta pick him up. I'm a sucker for it. But it's got the bendy wires, and I've been asking Dwight face to face for years for bendy wire tentacles, and now we finally have them. So these feel almost like special order made for just me, even though I'm not the only one who asked for the bendy wires. I know a lot of people did, but I think I was the most vocal about it, and having them just makes me really, really happy. So happy to see this happen. I'm a stoked collector, and oh god, the price point. They're not freaking cheap, dude. That's the part that sucks, is the pricing on these things. I think this was like closer to $60, right? 50, $60, which is a lot. But at the same time, I want to have both of these figures. I didn't feel the same way about Aunt May, at first, but now I'm happy to have it. So at that price point between what, 50 to 60 bucks, I'm gonna give this 2-pack a Sun rating of
I love it!
and I'd like to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section below. Yeah, I want a Doc Ock figure with the white suit. That would be really awesome to have. But yeah, I love having this Doc Ock figure. I'm really, really happy with it. And I'm not as upset with the Aunt May as I thought I was going to be. It's not a really good figure or anything. It's just kind of like a little mini statue. It could have been just a statue, I guess, and I would have been just as happy, but still not happy about the price point. It's the pricing. That's my biggest gripe. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to find me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, on Whatnot, and on the Street Humans Instagram page. Check it out, link below, and I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Whoa, hey, you two young birds have fun. Ah, man. Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.